Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Let's talk about California. California dreaming. California, San Francisco Giants in the house. It's dreaming in California. I grew up there, spent 43 years there, now 47. Been in Colorado for three. And what a breath of fresh air Colorado is compared to California. But don't get me wrong, I love San Francisco. I love the Bay Area. Can't wait to go back. It's a nice place to visit. Would never want to live there. It's just like most of California's cities. Beautiful places, would never want to live there because it's just gotten so outrageously expensive. And when there's global crisis like such as the Iran war that affects energy and everything involved with manufacturing plastics, shipping, all that fun stuff, it really cranks up how bad it is to live in states like California because their gas prices basically dictate the cost of food across the country. Their gas prices dictate the cost of goods that come off those ports because diesel coming out of those ports. Let me bring this in. So the cost of diesel right now, according to Google in California, got 515 to 559. That is bananas because there's a lot of bananas coming off the port. And in order to keep the bananas cheap, they have to have reasonable transport prices. So Google Maps, bring it in. Bring it in. All right, so we got the Port of LA, the Port of Long Beach. Let's get over here to the Port of Long Beach. This is the U.S. shipping hub right here. That's where all the shipping comes in from. Let's look at live shipping. Ship tracking, maritime traffic control. This is so amazing if you look at it all map. Alright, where vessels, there we go. I'm not looking. Well, damn it. Just give it to me raw. Give it to me raw. All right, exit out of this. Okay, here we go. So, all right, here we go. Oh, that ship has gone far. Wow. Okay, so let's go over here. The subject is now California. So look at the Port of Long Beach. Let's look at the Port of Long Beach. Look at all of these goods, right? So they get taken off the cargo ships and they get thrown onto trucks and trains. Trucks and trains, trucks and trains. That's because we've got the rail lines that go right through here and they go right into Texas and in through Colorado and so on and so forth. And it goes all the way over here. And another big one is the Port of New Orleans. Not as much anymore. But the big thing we're talking about is California because the gas prices, the shipping cost. And shipping is so important right now. So let's get over here to the Port of Long Beach. So I took a cruise out of here a little while ago. It was a lot of fun. The Carnival Cruise. Where is it? It should be in port. It is over. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. Not important. But anyway, a lot of our food and a lot of our freight comes out of Long Beach. And KCR, we're based this off an article from KCRA Sacramento and regular gas prices. Okay. So where I'm at, in Colorado, we got 392, 340, 340. It's starting to creep up. I remember it was 216. But let's go over to California, and you will notice that all of the blue states are excessively high. What do we got? 441. So the entire West Coast is in the fours. And Alaska, which literally is so 460. So California is more expensive than Hawaii at this point. And it's an island. And this is one of the the fifth largest economies in the entire world is California, and their gas prices are more than an island. All right, where did it go? Where'd it go? That's the California. Man, try to lose their DMV. Where is it? Exit page. It crashed. All right, so why did it go to unemployment? CR gas prices. Damn it, ruined the video. Damn it. But anyway, so California gas prices. So kind of punched in the Hub Los Angeles Times interactive map, which is average gas prices. This is what I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so KCRA, great article. Go check it out. So where I used to live in Butte County, we have 472. And down where it's really important, where all of the freight comes in, Los Angeles, 493. And 558 for diesel. So this ass clown, Gavin Newsom, is making everything that's already expensive even more expensive. Everybody's like, oh, inflation. Well, inflation in California. There you have it. Inflation in California. And it pisses me off because I love where I grew up. I can't bear it to live there anymore because of this disgustingness. On top of the income tax in California is 13.3% on top of the federal. So it's just, and then you have to pay the workers. So they have some of the highest income tax rates in the entire country, and they make a lot of the food, the breadbasket of the country, and they ship, and they take everything off ships and put it on trucks and trains, and they have some of the highest income tax, so they have to pay some of the highest wages in the entire country to transport our goods. So when you're talking about inflation, this is a huge thing of inflation that causes inflation. Income tax in California. Okay, so we are at minimum wage. Sorry, minimum wage. Minimum wage in California. We are at all right, so statewide minimum wage is 16.9 hour. All employees, regardless of size, certain industries, fast food, have a higher minimum wage. So you're paying the burger flippers $20 an hour. You're setting that bar real high, while everybody else is making $16.90. So this is one of the reasons why I moved out of there, and this is one of the reasons why my hometown is getting crushed right now, because of this $20 minimum wage is just crushing that little town, and the gas prices. And then California energy costs. California has some of the highest energy costs in the U.S. The average residential electricity rates. Yes. So that's another thing that leads to inflation. And then you have oil refineries talking about leaving California. So I don't know what we're going to do about this, because it is a state problem. That is a national problem, which is a big problem. That we rely so much on these asshats for basically everything. If you get a cup at Starbucks, get a glass, it probably goes through California from China, off the port of Long Beach. Imagine if this glass didn't have to deal with the gas tax and the energy costs and the minimum wage and all that crap stacked. Just some of the highest property taxes in the country. Imagine how cheap that glass would be if it didn't have to be taken through California. Lots to think about. Lots to think about, people, but we cannot allow Gavin Newsom to be even close to running for president. That's why one of the reasons Kamala would have been a disaster, because she's a product of California. And at this moment in time, California is quasi a parasite hanging off of the United States, where everything goes through it and everything costs so much. And there's articles tonight, oh, California is turning red. No, it's not. San Francisco is not going to turn red. LA County is not going to turn red. Maybe the rest of the state will. But those two cities, just like up in Oregon, how Portland basically dictates every single vote. It might turn a little bit purple, but it's not going to turn red. Plus, the way they brought in so many people, they get to add more. They've lost congressional seats, but by keeping ICE out, they're trying to gain. They've gained more Senate seats because of redistricting and all that fun stuff. So the game is on. The game is on a state front and on the world front. But as I said in my last video, it starts with taking care of yourself, getting outside, working out, meeting people, doing more things with your spouse, creating more hobbies, just, putting more financial forks in the fire. But also it involves getting engaged locally in politics, going in front of those school boards, talking about your property taxes. Like, why are my property taxes so high? Because they're laundering that money. They are propping up everybody's pensions with those property taxes. And they are so underwater, and it's just crazy, especially in places like California. It's just the way it is. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Rock on, everybody. Talk tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.